It's the day of the show, y'all. It is October. It is spooky. It's gonna be Halloween. So obviously, we are going to be talking about Lestat. What's Lestat? Good question. Lestat is a vampire musical that was on Broadway in 2006, specifically April 25th, 2006 to May 28th, 2006. Lestat was, funny enough, written by Elton John, which a lot of people don't know. And I'm not sure Elton John wants people to know because it was probably the only flop ever in his career. With a book by Linda Wolverton and lyrics by Bernie Taupin. Lestat goes like this. Bear with me. So we have Lestat. He's super close with his mom, but he's like, I have to go and I have to do my own thing. And she's like, I totally get it. So he goes to Paris with his friend. He falls in love with his friend. As he's falling in love with his friend in Paris, he meets Magnus, who's a vampire. Magnus turns Lestat into a vampire. Lestat's like, okay, I guess I'm a vampire now. Then Lestat's mom comes to Paris and she's like, hey, sweetie, I have tuberculosis. That's it. And Lestat's like, hi. And she's like, oh, you're a vampire. And he's like, yeah. She's like, I guess make me one. So then Lestat and his mom both become vampires. They go off into the woods, as we all do sometimes, and they meet a bunch of other vampires and they start a theater troupe. Lestat's friend, the one that he falls in love with, I know it's really confusing, bear with me. Lestat's friend, who he falls in love with about 2 minutes ago, also becomes a vampire and dies. At this point, Lestat's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to America. This is way too much. Lestat goes to America. He turns a little girl into a vampire. She becomes psychotic. And I'm not gonna give away the ending. That's Lestat. I probably could have just said it's about a guy who turns into a vampire and his life becomes vampiric. Look it up. But I didn't. So the way that I came to know Lestat is because there was an actress in the show called Alison Fisher, and she played Claudia, who's an 8-year-old, but I think she was 16 when she played the role. Anyway, I saw Alison a year before Lestat came out in Prince and the Pauper and thought she was incredible. So I kind of followed her career, and so I followed Lestat for, when it was on Broadway in 2006, and it's really nice to revisit it now. Lestat, Tony nominations. It happened. Wasn't on Broadway for long, but it happened. Why did it happen? Because if you're gonna have Carolee Carmello in a musical, she's gonna get a nomination. Carolee Carmello was nominated for Best Featured Actress in a Musical, and then they also were nominated for Best Costumes. Speaking of Carolee Carmello, the cast, once again, the cast was so good. Hugh Pinero, Carolee Carmello, Will Swenson, Nikki Renee Daniels, Alison Fisher, hold on, there's somebody else. Drew Saris. It was a really good cast. It was a really, 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 really good cast. Lestat, to my knowledge, has not been produced much. Like, I don't know if the Muni is trying to do Lestat. We'll put it that way. But I still believe in Lestat. So this is Sail Me Away. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. This comes at a point in Act 2 where Lestat's like, whoa, what just happened in my life? I miss when I wasn't a vampire. I'm not laughing at the plot. It's just, could you imagine, you become a vampire? No, kind of, a little bit. Sometimes I think I'm a vampire. What? The moment time stands still is the moment when the writing's on the wall. The words are clear as ringing bells. That pride is present just before the fall. And I'm borne high on these waves, swept by the wind and alone. Oh, sail me away, carry me back to my home. I'm tired, I've been torn. A cruel, wretched storm turns like a gale in my bones. Oh, sail me away. Carry me back to my home.